And we're live. Hello, everybody. My name is Zach, and we're here streaming, surprise, surprise, some Dungeons and Dragons. Have you heard of this game? We have some donation incentives that you can check out in the Tiltify link. That's in chat and in the description, I believe. All for a very good cause. Streaming is part of Jasper's Game Day. We are very close to the $8,000 mark, so check out that Tiltify link. We have some incentives. It'll describe them in the thing. You can affect the game as we play it, but make sure to put a comment in your donation so we know exactly the method of madness you want us to suffer. So my name is Zach. Let me introduce you all to our lovely players this evening. Let's go. Everyone has their character names first. So Alefish, Alleyfish, or Fish. Who are you, and what are you playing for us tonight?
So I am PB Smitty, at PB Smitty on the Twitters. I am playing a lovely bard this evening named Fish. That's pretty much it.
Wonderful. Garth.
I am NScottG on Twitter. My character is named Garth. He is a Dragonborn barbarian. That's pretty much it for me.
Wonderful. Titania Stormcaller.
Titania Stormcaller, Shadross, Hyperion PDX on Twitter, crafter of fine dwarven forge belts.
and is it Zor?
Zor. I'm playing a Leonin Ranger. I am Zor Steelmind, and this is my pride.
And this is your pride. Incredible. And last and certainly not least, we have Bang Bang.
Not least, but definitely smallest. I'm playing Bang Bang, a Grung artificer and war cleric. And I am unimportant hero on Twitter, YouTube, everything.
Incredible. We are going to get started here. We've got our gang together, our group of barely fortunate heroes. We are going to jump in. So we open on the ever majestic view of a mountain range. One mountain directly in center stage stands taller than its siblings, giving the entire range a look as if it's flipping the bird to the world. We head closer and closer to that tallest peak, Kelebor, as a clump of temporary structures, excited people and exotic beasts cling to the apex of the mountain, making up the annual Dewitt's Slopes Derby, a world-renowned and often highly deadly race down the mountainside for all the glory that 10,000 gold pieces can buy, and the kind of entertainment that can only come from high-speed carriage crashes. Within the frenetic chaos of racing day preparations, crews holding their mounts, repairing their carriages, final registration is about to close. Now, I want to know who of you is most likely to be the most morning person, who is up bright and early, ready to put in their registration.
I want to see that car.
Bang, bang, excitedly at the registration desk, waiting for the rest of the crew. Can you give us a bit more of a description of your character? What do they look like?
Yeah, Bang Bang is a Grung, so she's like a small frog person, about 2.5 feet tall, so almost like toddler size, really. She's got on like a leather smith's apron over a chainmail shirt, a sort of a very heavy duty hand-hammered helmet, big leather gloves and boots. Unlike a lot of other Grung, she doesn't have a cast color in her skin. She's just the same sort of dull dark green that Grung are when they're born. She's very muscular for a creature of her size, and generally speaking has just these big sparkly eyes and a huge smile.
Beautiful. Who joins Bang Bang next, and how are they dealing with this early hour of the morning?
I'll join Bang Bang. Titania is up very early to pray and maintain her armor, and she is unfazed by the early hour.
Of course, the cleric is always the clerics. Clerics are morning people by class. I think that's in the class description, right?
Yeah.
Who joins next, and are they dealing with the early hour particularly well, or?
I love the sun as it rises. I join next.
Zor, what can you give us any flavor about Zor?
Sure. I walk with a spear to protect my pride, and when I'm dressed, I'm in beautiful leather armor with, of course, a lion carved through the center.
Wonderful, wonderful. Who's up next? And can you give us a little bit of description about your character?
Garth comes walking up. He's a Dragonborn barbarian. He's a big bulking guy. You can see he's sort of just rubbing his eyes, just like he obviously had a rough night.
he more stumbles in than
he's got some of his stuff on. Like he doesn't like put a lot of stuff on him. Like he has some armor, but it doesn't cover like his arms or legs. So he's just like kind of scratching himself a little bit, and he's just like, this is
this makes sense. So while the race takes place today, the gathering is this kind of like almost festival-like quality to it. So for the last couple of days, you've been out partying as a potential racer. You've had a lot of like social cred, and you've been using that to get thoroughly wasted.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah.
And
Ali Fesh follows pretty quickly on the heels of Garth. Svelte, maybe about 5'8", half elf. You see the hair sort of tousled, tucking in his shirt as he walks, lacing it up. Over his shoulder, he's carrying some leather armor. It looks like it's a little worn, but looking at his clothes, you see how fresh, even being out late last night, he took care to have them pressed. And looking close at the leather armor, you see it's the kind that was like distressed before it was ever sold to make it look like it was probably used.
It's the ripped jeans.
It's the ripped jeans,
of
yeah.
leather. Fantastic. So you're all gathered there. You all exchange what pleasantries you do or grumblings about the morning. And as you wait and wait and wait, you are waiting for Alistair, your patron and pilot. They're the person putting the seed money to join the race. They're a person with the carriage. They're the person with pretty much everything you need. You're the crew. You're there to essentially, while there is it's not necessarily to the rules to fight each other upon the mountain. There's a lot of places on the mountain that are out of eyesight. And so people tend to hire crews like yourself to man their battlements, so to say. But Alistair doesn't show. And it's getting closer and closer to deadline, and he still hasn't shown. Men behind the registration desk kind of like, look, I'm sorry, if you don't have the seed money to join, I can't quite let you in. Alistair, was it? If he doesn't show, I'm sorry, there's nothing I can do for you.
Can we pull enough coin together for this? He's good. He'll pay us back.
Even if you got the coin together, do you have a carriage?
Don't we? I thought we. Isn't it with Alistair? Wait, no. It's with Alistair.
Bang Bang, you think you could throw one together? I've seen you do magic with tools.
I mean, sure, but the race is pretty soon. We need wheels and a thama converter and a magic carburetor and that's gonna be expensive.
Person taking our money. Who has the weakest crew here? We will remove that crew.
That's a good idea.
Well, you might want to go talk to Thuzy. She's just over there, the one with looking quite down on her luck. Just talk to her. She's a bit much. You turn your heads and out in the marshalling area, you see this half orc woman with her head in her hands, just kind of like in a slump of a state. As you approach, aye, that's her. Usually much more annoyingly energetic, but right now she. Usually this is against. We shouldn't talk about other crews, but maybe she'd appreciate a chat.
We have to pay to go in.
Yeah, this part of the area isn't. You don't have to pay. As you approach this individual Thuzy, she's just kind of like, she like barely looks up. It's like, oh hey there, did you are you gonna race?
Coucou, mon cher. We are very happy to see you today. Tell us why so down.
Oh, you know, I was so excited for the race. I got my carriage. Well, it's well loved and well maintained, but it's not the fastest. But I was so sure I was going to win this year, and then my crew just up and left, and I don't want to face the mountain without people at my back. So,
so do you want to win?
I mean, of course I want to win. I mean, I think I had it this year, but why are you looking so glum?
We're without a cart, so we're a crew without a cart, and you're a cart driver without a crew.
That's just unlucky for both of us, isn't it? Man, if only things would be different, huh?
If only.
I think
Pat her on her
she has
knee.
no crew.
So was that Guff?
We will be your crew for today. You will not be crew.
Oh, you could be my crew.
Yes, let us be the almond in your croissant, eh?
As a matter of fact, you could just stay here if you'd like.
Oh well, that is a possibility. Of course, I don't know if you necessarily have the connections with Bessie and Tessie that may be required. I'm getting ahead of myself. You could be my crew. I can be your pilot. Why did I think of that? That's amazing. All right. She gets up. She goes, talks to the person behind the registration desk, registers you all as a single crew, and is like that glum, the dour expression has completely evaporated. She's excitedly pulling you through where the crews are all maintained, like putting their last minute fixes and modifications on their carriages. You see this. You go past a number of different people. There is one that's just a huge glass orb filled with water with strange sea creatures inside. There is a futuristic, like clockwork looking invention piloted by gnomes. There is a number of wild and various exotic beasts, and Thuzy leads you to for the artificer. This is a carriage which is looking in not tip-top shape. It has been well loved in that it has been well damaged and repaired over time.
I nudge Bang Bang forward.
Well, I do love a good underdog, and as long as it has a stable undercarriage, I think we'll be okay.
Something.
Garth sort of looks at it a little bit and pushes it, and he's like, I don't know if this is gonna hold me.
Would it be better for us to carry it down the mountain or ride it?
I think it'll hold.
Not in front of the cart. Jeez, it's gonna hurt its feelings.
It is harnessed to two giant bighorn sheep. She's like, this is Tessie and Bessie, and they kind of nuzzle affectionately at Thuzy. These are very sure-footed, and not necessarily the carriage. These I would put my life on. The carriage, I would also put my life on because I have to. So,
Thuzy, which of those bighorn sheep do you prefer?
I wouldn't say a favorite in front of them.
I don't mean it that way. I mean, at the end of the race, we'll be hungry.
Excuse me? No.
Sense of humor.
Oh, my mistake, of course.
Oh.
That's a good one.
Garth looks disappointed. He's like,
man, I was getting hungry for goat stew. As you guys are chatting, you're approached from one of the other crews. Human woman. She kind of looks happy to see Thuzy. She kind of like wanders over, gives a nod and a wave. She's like, "Hey, Hey, Thuzy, did you end up getting a crew? This is quite an eclectic bunch." I say that being a connoisseur of eclectic bunches. Hey, look, I'm really happy that you decided to help out Thuzy.
And who might you be?
Oh, sorry, I'm B. I'm with the dragonflies. She points a thumb over her shoulder, and there's a crew like you kind of next to each other. There are like a small gnome, what looks like a taller bugbear woman, various people, all kind of like fitting out their carriage. It's like I was a bit worried about Thuzy's chances this year that they were going to take the crown from us, but I was honestly a little happy, to be honest, that she was going to have to bow out. But I think you might have us this year, Thuzy. She's like, Thuzy kind of plays it cool. She's like, I don't know, maybe.
He does.
Yeah, we do. We got this one. B laughs and is like, "All right, well, if you're looking for food and some conversation before we head off in a few hours, come by. We've got a fire going." B turns and leaves. So you have a little bit of time before the race. If you want to talk to any of the other crews, if you want to make any kind of modifications or changes to the carriage, if you have any ideas for that. Otherwise, let me know what you want to do.
Real quick, Zach, it just came across in the Zoom chat. We hit 8K on the
donations.
Wonderful.
So
we'll announce that. Yep.
That's fantastic. Thank you all so much. It's such a good cause, and we're all excited to be a part of it. And 8K makes a real appreciable difference to a lot of wonderful human beings' lives. So thank you so much for donating and your generosity. Please let us know we have some wild magic surges actually in chat. So let's do Bang Bang. Were you planning to do anything with the time available to you?
You're on mute.
You're still on mute. Sorry.
Bang Bang is going to give the cart a once over. Sort of first make sure that the wheels and everything are going to stay on, and she's going to go and sort of investigate the goats, see if there's anything unique about them.
I'll investigate the goats with you.
Yes, but she won't touch the goats. She's very careful not to let the goats touch her because she's poisonous.
Right. So while you're doing this, while you're trying to make what repairs you can, roll a d100 for me for your wild magic sketch.
See here. All right. That looks like 70.
70. As you're working on it, you're straining. There's certain magical parts of the suspension and thing. They're pretty simple, but you think you've got a hand on them, trying to like tune them up, tweak them up. As you slip, you and each creature within 30 feet of you becomes invisible for the next minute. Though the sheep, so Thuzy comes back from an errand, and the rams have disappeared. You've disappeared. Everything's gone. She's just like, "Oh, I knew it was too good to be true. I shouldn't have trusted them. Gosh, damn!
The goats!
My
The
rams.
goats have disappeared!
Wow, what?
Where are the goats?
Where is that voice coming from?
Where's
Right
that?
here!
What?
Where are the goats? You have to find them!
Wait, don't move. You can touch one of us.
What? Okay,
Oh
wait,
my
you're all
God.
still here? Okay, I'm gonna be real with you. This sometimes happens. There is a lot of maybe unstable magic that is not entirely partitioned away from people. This happens. It's happened before. You'll be fine, I hope. It's usually temporary. Usually.
Well, things are.
Well, all right. Oh,
think my shrieking upset my cat.
Well, if it's temporary, I mean, even if it's not, I could probably work with it.
Yeah, I'm sure people have lived wonderful lives being entirely invisible. But for now, I'll try not to touch you. I hear you have poisonous skin, so I'm gonna be real careful about where you are.
I keep my arms exposed so I can throw elbows.
Bang Bang talks all the time. You always know where she is, invisible or not.
That's true.
It's true. I feel we are kindred spirits in that fashion. So make an artificer. What tools are you proficient in as an artificer?
Bang Bang is proficient in thieves' tools, tinker's tools, and disguise kits.
Tinker's tools. Okay, so I think if you want to make a tinker's tool check to see if you can tune up this carriage a little bit, this will add potentially a little bit of AC and a bit of hit points to the carriage.
Okay.
Which of those 3 tool sets does not belong?
Look, you could try a disguise kit, I guess, to fix the carriage. You give it a sick decal.
I don't, it's an unfamiliar vehicle to her, so I rolled a total of 9 after my modifiers.
9.
So.
There's not much you can. I'll say you. This is jury rigged to hell. It is parts on parts on parts. You don't want to really mess with the delicate balance, but you do give it a pretty sweet fire decal with your disguise kit.
All right. Can I cast mending on it? Does it have any sense of
mending? Mending, I think it would be a good use of your time. You kind of keep it at like you kind of more neatly fuse together some of the plates that are looking a little rickety.
Yep.
I think that'll affect the hit points as well. So that's good. Any of you want to make anyone who is kind of like keeping an eye out on other crews? If you want to make a perception check for me.
So I'm actually, my plan is to actually walk around and try and do a little sabotage. Sabotage. I rolled an 18 for perception.
Okay. 21 for Titania.
Okay. I'll say that Titania, you're walking around and you see the dragonflies. They have a magic sigil, kind of like a ritual ground set up in their campsite, and you see the gnome kind of like with this box that seems far too big for him, kind of like struggling to like lift it into the magic circle. And he slips, and the box kind of like cracks on one side, and potions kind of roll out from it. Think about what you want to do with that, but Fish, you wander around and you come upon a sight that makes you grit your teeth. You see Alistair talking to something. You're a bit too far away to tell, but as you're getting closer, he is sporting a very fancy new staff with a gem atop the staff, and he is talking to a group of just gormless looking humanish individuals. You think they're maybe humans, maybe elves, but they kind of look just like slack-jawed.
I'll move a little closer, see if I can get a sense of what he's saying without being obvious or present myself.
Weirdly enough, he doesn't seem to be talking to them, but you see pulses emanating through the staff he's holding. You can make an Arcana check to get an idea of what's going on.
13.
You know enough that he is actually communicating to them through the staff, which seems odd. And as you're looking closer, you also recognize that these the crew that he is talking to, they're all wearing his livery, and on top of that, they also have that blankness behind the eyes that gives you the indication that they are undead.
Do I see his cart nearby anywhere? Has he shown, are they now crewing his cart, basically?
You see closest to him a mammoth skeleton that has a basket like fixed into the rib cage of it. Feel free to sabotage away if you wish.
This is horrible. I will go over. Is nobody's working on that at the moment? Are there any?
No, right now.
Okay. Yeah, I will. Oh, do I want to do this? Are there any metal pieces?
There are metal pieces that are kind of drilled in to affix the basket to the rib cage of the mammoth. Imagine these like the rib cage forming like a kind of essentially just a cage around this basket.
Yeah, this is a little bit, I think, more out of my depth and probably more Bang Bang's thing. I'm going to take the information back to the group. I think I'm planning more to screw with people's heads than physically damage any cards. So I'm gonna head back to the team.
Titania, did you want to approach or say anything? Or...
Yeah, I will approach the gnome and I will say, "Blessings of the Stormlord be upon you this fine day, and let me help you carry this into."
Thank you. As you kind of put these potions away in this crate and help him, he's like, I'd obviously appreciate if you didn't mention this to anyone. As you kind of packing the potions in, you realize they don't have the official seal of the Mages Guild.
Of course. I'll just take one of these for my crew.
I think that is only fair for a little bit of a, like.
Absolutely.
It's like, look, we use these to. They're technically illegal, but they can also do people a lot of good. People in Anktor, which we'll be able to get to with the fame that winning this race will get us. They won't, they'll cast a bit of a blinder eye on us. We'll be able to smuggle these in, and they're again technically illegal because the Mages Guild didn't make them, but they can provide a good service for people who can't, don't have the best mobility themselves. You see they as you're like kind of studying the levitation potions.
Okay.
But of course, if they end up in the hands of young teenage kids, they can be a little bit dangerous. Sure. You see, he's more like he's just kind of babbling as he's putting you help him put this crate of potions. He gives you one yourself, puts them in the thing, and the sigil glows, and the crate shrinks, and he ties them to his belt. He's like, I appreciate your discretion. And blessings of the Stormlord upon you as well.
Good luck in the race.
You too.
Titania puts her helm on and heads back to the crew.
All right. So if anyone else has anything they would like to do, if you want to pull any kind of shenanigans on your previous patrons / pilots vessel.
But yeah, I'll inform everyone what the situation is. As I'm walking back, all I'm doing, if anybody's working on their carts at all, I'm making like tight nuts. I'll cast minor illusion to make them look loose, so they like over tighten things. And I'll just like do that on and off. But yeah, then I'll share with the team. Alistair looks like he has a crew of undead and a giant mammoth skeleton cart. It is very weird and off-putting.
Thuzy's like, oh, sure, this is a race where people are likely to kill each other, but there's just some things that are across the line,
Is it not against, does you not have to be living to enter the race? Is that not a rule?
Well, you have to have a living person register for the race, and, there's a lot of gray areas here.
A loophole.
Mm-hmm. But I'm going to focus on getting us race ready. So I'm gonna head to the marshalling area with Bessie, Tessie, and the carriage. You guys do what you need to, but meet me there when you're ready. And she heads off with the carriage.
Before you go,
Oh, yeah.
do you have like a hood ornament?
You know, I don't. It's mostly just cobbled together pieces. I've never thought of it. If you want to make one.
How about a
Yeah.
sheep horn?
What?
A sheep horn.
Well, maybe something smaller and metal. Maybe. Okay. What about a pewter goat?
It's like, if you can put that together, I would be honored to affix that to the carriage here.
I'll try and find one.
You head up in search for pewter goat. Make an investigation check. Just
20. Not a natural 20. Just
you manage to find Bang Bang isn't the most seems singularly focused on the task.
Yeah.
When the one is ahead of her, doesn't realize that in her searches she has climbed into the basket carrying that is affixed to Alistair's new ride, and is just like thought it was maybe a storage room or something, and finds a pewter goat that you assume is up for grabs. This is a storage, and as you stand up, you realize that your Alistair is away. He doesn't particularly care to do the menial work of. You see there is a few zombies around, but they're kind of just like sitting slack-jawed, empty-eyed, glassy-eyed.
she's gonna be like, look at the zombies like,
Thanks.
Head on back, and you affix. You will meet Thuzy and the carriage, and Tessie and Bessie, the two large bighorn sheeps, at the racing area. You see, this is where people are starting to line up, trying to bring up their carriages and all various sizes and makes and models, and you affix it to the front. And Thuzy looks at you with a big grin. She's like, I think that's going to be the difference, honestly.
It's not
That's
done.
going to be.
I'm not done.
she pulls
Please.
out like a little bit of oil on a rag and just starts really polishing it, like way too hard, just really aggressively, like, and uses the magical tinkering feature to make it shed bright light in a 5-foot radius and dim light for an additional 5 feet, which is a permanent artificer effect.
She's like, that solves us so many problems, actually.
Right.
I can't believe I didn't think about doing this earlier. So on that note, does anyone have any final adjustments, anything they want to pull off before we start the race?
Do you have a question?
Yes.
Is this Indy 500 style, like lines of racers, or is it everyone starting at a start line?
So it is a kind of a motley crew. It is a bit of muscling in on the furthest, the positions closest to the starting line, and it is a large area. So essentially, the goal is to make it to the foot of the mountain where there is kind of a checkpoint set up as fast as possible, by any means possible. Along the way, this as you're looking down the mountainside, you can see Ankh-Tor, the city, in the distance. This side of the mountain is inordinately craggy. It is not too steep as to make this kind of race impossible, but there is various canyons and craggy outcroppings that in previous years have definitely taken out many crews. Thuzy has specifically chosen a spot near to the back. She's like, trust me on this one.
Okay. I tell
Bang,
Thuzy, looking out from this blue demon helm that Titania wears, she says, Thuzy, as quickly as possible, try to get in front of Alistair. I have a plan.
Will do.
Bang bang.
What?
Bang bang. Could you put some leather straps to the side so that we can lean out and not fall away?
Oh,
Maybe nail them in that give us some reach out in the distance a bit.
sure.
Seems easy enough.
I suppose.
Yeah, you can absolutely affix like poles into the body of the thing, body of the carriage with like leather straps that you could use to swing out and give yourself some reach and boarding potential if needed.
I was going to
Perhaps.
use these as safety belts, but your idea is way better.
We need no safety. We need no safety. This is for attacking. Also, I'd like to be able to, if necessary, mount my spear to the front so it could, well, eliminate anything in front if we could part the sheep, or to the side a bit with the weight of all of us.
Yeah, you can have like kind of vice grips in the back and in the side. So if you want to like attach it in a moment's notice, you can do that. And have that as a kind of a defensive precaution, defensive / offensive.
Yes, there's no
fantastic.
such thing as defense.
best defense is a good offense. So you board the carriage. You all take your positions. This carriage is quite large. The body of it is quite large enough for all of you to stand comfortably in there. The kind of tension is rising as everyone boards their various machines and apparatus. There's every kind of various contraption under the sun out here, and many of the exotic beasts as well. And that tension slowly starts to rise as you see Dewitt of the Dewitt Slopes Derby stands out on a rocky outcropping that sits above everyone, and he pulls up he holds his hand, and then it gathers various like streamers of color into his hand, pulls there, and he lets off with a huge bang and of arcane sound and confetti as the race begins, and everyone starts stampeding forward. But you see Thuzy pulls back on the reins, pulling back on Tessie and Bessie's instinct to sprint ahead. She's like, and everyone starts like peeling around you. She's like, "You just got to trust me." And as you're in essentially last place, she peels off to the left, way out to the side, and starts to go around the mountain, completely away from the race proper, the main course of the race. That out to the other side of the mountain, and she's racing now at full tilt. And she's like, "I found these network of caves, and it honestly took me more time and more money than it's worth to map them out, but I think I got a good way to win this year." She pulls into one of these caves, and you see she's darting in between. It would be pitch black in here if not for the shining pewter goat affixed to the front. As a half orc, she's obviously got dark vision. Who else does everyone have some way to see?
Dark
Not
vision.
I.
Tanya, you're seen by the light of the pewter goat.
Mhm.
She's like, Thuzy pipes up. She's like, as you kind of get to kind of a long stretch of straight running in this cave tunnel. On your left, kind of breaks away down to you can't see any further, just into the blackness. You see like crystal ore running through the rock here and there, veins of precious materials potentially, and ahead of you, in the distance, those with the best dark vision can see quite a large fissure, a crack in the floor ahead of you in the rock. It's probably like maybe 10 feet. But Thuzy sees it and starts to look a little panicked. Additionally, those of you with what's everyone's passive perception?
12.
13.
13.
12.
And
15. So Zor and Titania, you hear the sound of cracking as a stalactite falls from the roof. We're going to jump into a quick skill challenge. So the way these work is that I will present to you the problem, which is that a stalactite is falling towards your cart, ready to skewer your vessel, as well as you have a crack in the road ahead of you. You need to solve the problems, or else bad things will happen. The way you can do so is any of your skills that you think would be appropriate to this situation. Tell me how you employ those skills. Your 3 successes from the party will net you a victory. You'll find ways amongst you to solve these challenges. 3 failures, and you will be, you will either be skewered by the stalactite or fall into the abyss. So,
I have an idea.
You have an idea. Let me hear it.
Falling stalactites. If I have a long weapon, if a couple of us can plant them to help while we're moving, push ours off to the side some, keep it from staying in a straight line, we could maybe avoid the place where it drops.
Oh, you want to throw your weight against on the right side of you is the stone rocky tunnel wall. On the left side of you,
at an angle.
Yeah, you want to ride up on the wall a little
and just kind of get us all, whoever has a long weapon to try and keep us pushed up.
Fantastic. I love this. So make for me, this will be an athletics check. So if anyone wants to assist, who also is proficient in athletics.
I can assist. I'm proficient. Assist?
Yeah. Big old Dragonborn. Yeah. So you both use your weapons. So both of you make athletics checks.
Okay.
You go first.
Which dice do I register? 20.
So you roll a d20. You'll add your strength and proficiency bonus.
Okay, so that's going to be 17. That'll be 20. Strength and what is it? Proficiency bonus?
Proficiency, yeah.
Oh, that's a lot. So that is going to be 25.
25. And
good job. You saved me. An 11.
Look, a gentleman's 11. You both, with Zor's tactics and Garth's brute strength, you managed to dig the spears in and ride up the wall some, and the stalactite only clips the side barely of the carriage before you're back on the main level. You've got the problem with the fissure ahead of you. It's probably like 10 foot wide. Who's just like, well, the good news is that Tessie and Bessie will be just fine. The rest of us, I'm not so sure about. Does anyone have any ideas?
Is the fissure is there any chance to jump it? Are we higher up on our side than the far side, or?
You slightly higher up. You could, if you wanted to somehow, if you've got some way to shape the stone to give that more of a boost, or some way to give yourself a bit of air, a bit of lift.
So what if we were to make the sheep really scared of us? Would they get enough speed to move forward faster?
You could try an incentive kind of move. That's not out of the realm.
I'll wait. I mean, everyone else can do what they're gonna do, but right when we're at the edge, I'll cast minor illusion and put really delicious looking hay, maybe a foot above their head so they leap for it.
So I'm assuming that he means that they're going to be okay because they're goats and can jump.
Yeah.
And that the cart is simply not going to go as high as them.
Yeah,
so
that the cart's not going to make it.
I have prepared the jump spell.
Okay.
It'll only work on one of them, but it'll triple their jump distance.
Yeah, I like this. I like if you want to I think the skill check here is an Arcana check to see if you can kind of
I'm sorry, go. Could an artificer use jump on a mechanical thing? It makes sense. Why not do it on the cart?
Well, it isn't so much jump. If it had if it was a mechanical thing that had legs, that would be 100% it.
Yeah.
Right now, you're going to do an Arcana check to
All right.
try and split your spell evenly across these goats, so they both kind of have an ability to jump. That's how we're going to flavor it. This
Love a good DM
this
fiat.
check.
That's going to be an 11.
11. That's just enough.
Just
to
middle of the road.
you just middle of the road. You draw the symbol, an arcane glyph in the. You kind of have to climb out on the harnesses that hold the thing. You draw it in the middle of them, and the power kind of streaks through to both of them, and they both seem invigorated and ready to jump.
Slap them on the butts.
I suggest everyone grab one of the new straps.
Yes. So I think the third and final check for you all is going to be a dexterity saving throw from everyone, and we'll see how we do. As the goats leap into the air, their power, they're incentivized from the hay. They are powered by the jump spell, and as they land on a crash on the other side, the carriage in that moment of free fall, I need you all to make sure you can hang on. Given that you all, from Zor's again idea to attach leather straps, I'll give everyone an advantage on this.
Because I have a jump distance of 25 feet and a high jump of 15 from a standing position, and I'm on the hood of the cart, could I jump with the goats?
You can jump with
an
the
acrobatics
goats.
check instead.
Yeah, attempt an acrobatics check for me.
21.
11 again.
So did anyone get below a 10? A 10 or lower?
Oh yeah. Without a dex bonus
yeah.
and advantage, I'm rocking a strong 6.
Okay, so 6. You start to slip out the back. You grab on, but your grip is slipping from the open back of this carriage.
Can I grab him somehow so he doesn't like fall out?
Yeah, Garth, make a strength check for me.
Okay. Let's see. Strength. Oh, that's not great. It's a 13.
Garth, you managed to grab onto Titania's hand as it slips. You made to grab on, but in doing so, now you're also holding onto the back of the carriage. You've got this chain of the Dragonborn and the cleric, desperately holding on. Does anyone else have any ideas?
I'll grab the Dragonborn's foot to try and pull him back in, and he can pull the other back in.
While this is happening, I'm also, if there's a brake on this thing, I'm gonna jerk the brake, not like full brake, but just a bit of a kick so that the cart slows and they hopefully all pile back in.
Yeah. So because Thuzy is solely like kind of focused on the path ahead of her, she doesn't see what's going on back. So you run forward and just grab the reins for a moment and just tug them so that the Tessie and Bessie slow for a moment. I'll say so Zor, if you want to make now an athletics check with advantage due to the help from Fish.
$18.
18. With that, the full crew managed to land in a heap in the middle. Thankful that you made it on. Thuzy looks behind you, is like, "Oh, sorry, I probably should have slowed down earlier. I'm real sorry. All right, let's go. All aboard." She whips the reins again, and you start at the breakneck speed.
That was amazing. Don't slow down, faster.
It's like, maybe I should have spent a little bit more time studying these tunnels, but everyone's safe now, so
Are we?
But mostly. You come out the other side, and you are on the final stretch of this mountain. You can see the final checkpoint in the distance as probably 200-300 feet away, maybe, but you're barreling down. You see the wrecks of carts everywhere. Commentators will say of this race that despite everyone having their mechanical crews go over them, it seems that seemingly so many bolts were over tightened, and led to the destruction of so many a crew on this fine racing day of ours. However, you come out unscathed. Ahead of you, a pretty decent clip ahead is B and the rest of the Dragonfly's carriage. They seem to be pulling quite ahead. They give a nod and a wave to you as you kind of pull out of this cave formation. But beside you, with a great thunderous sound of hooves, is the mammoth coming careening towards you. And you hear and see Alistair standing on the top. That staff he's got glowing emanating necrotic energy. It's like, sorry to do this to you, fine gentlemen and women. You just didn't have the killer instinct I required as the mammoth comes careening towards you. I need everyone
Oh, sorry.
Can I cast grease?
You can on your turn. I need everyone to roll initiative for me. Oh my god, grease. I totally didn't even think about grease.
I have a 5.
I'm also a 5.
I am a 10.
Dirty
15.
20.
Okay, hang on. Let me go. So who's at 10? Bang bang at a 10. 5 for whom? Sorry.
For Zor and Garth.
And
Yeah.
And Garth. Fantastic. Fish.
20. Dirty 20.
Dirty 20 for Fish. Fish and Titania.
Titania has a 15.
15 also for Titania. Roll some initiative of my own. Some very bad initiative.
Zach, you got advantage to the DM, by the way.
Ooh, I'll use it on this final initiative roll. Zombies, that's good. I rolled a natural 1 and then an 8. So it helps. Every little bit helps. Okay. So, Fish, you are up first. You hear the clattering hooves and this huge bulk of this skeletal mammoth. This basket, fastened in between the rib cage and the 3 kind of blank-eyed zombies ready to get into boarding range with you.
Great. Okay. Very quickly before I turn to the mammoth, how far ahead is B at this point?
B, they're probably 50 to 100 feet ahead.
Okay. Yeah, I will just turn and I'm going to... I'll cast Fairy Fire on their whole cart and try and get as many of them as I can.
Oh, wow. You can get the whole crew.
Right.
So that's is that a dexterity saving throw?
Yeah, 13.
Natural 1. So I'll count that for the zombies and then Alistair. That is a 12.
Doesn't make it.
Doesn't make it. All right. And the mammoth, not a particularly dexterous creature, is a 13.
That makes it.
The mammoth of all creatures used to dodge around the spray of bright light spores from your hand. So you have advantage on attack rolls on the zombies and on Alistair. It is now Alistair's turn. He swings around, a fury in his eyes to you, Fish. Kind of, you see that offended look that a noble would get if someone dared from a lower class dared to talk to him. That is a strong 10 to hit, which I assume doesn't. A skeletal, an ethereal skeletal hand kind of rushes out of the staff towards you, but you manage to, through your glare alone, hold it off.
Très disgusting.
With your own disgusted glare. Bang Bang, it is your turn.
I'm casting grease at the
Great.
location of the mammoth.
Okay, this could be a short encounter.
Yeah.
For
So,
everyone.
see, so if I recall in 5th edition, so my spell save DC is 12.
12.
And yeah, so
Dexter.
slick grease covers the ground 10-foot square. When the grease appears, each creature standing in its area, which would be the mammoth, must succeed on a dex saving throw or fall prone.
All full prone.
Yeah. And they repeat that so long as they're in the grease.
But of course,
Fantastic.
its legs have to go.
Oh, of course. Like it's
Really
stepping on a very big
Hanna-Barbera.
banana peel. Oh, 14.
Damn.
I wanted that for you. I want to be clear. Slides for a moment backwards, and then and then has to reorient itself to the front again. So it is the mammoth's turn now. It starts its turn in the grease. Does it have to roll again? How does this work?
If it starts its turn, let's see. A creature that enters the area or ends its turn there must also succeed on a dex saving throw or fall prone.
Okay, but
So if it
it's
ends
also
its turn.
moving. If it's moving through, I would assume.
Yeah. If it passes through, well, it's already in the grease because I casted the grease on it. So
Okay.
yeah, it's neither entered the grease nor ending its turn on the grease as long as it keeps moving out of.
All right, you're both kind of moving as well down this mountain. So it is going to, under Alistair's direction with his staff, going to charge the your carriage with a gore attempt. That is going to hit, and that is many. I'm rolling digital dice. It's much quicker. Low roll, but that is 19 points of bludgeoning damage on the cart. You see the sides start to splinter in, and Thusy's like, "Oh god, oh dear, I'm not sure we can take another hit like that." So it is now the zombies' turn. They are in range, and you see they start to climb over. So we can orient ourselves a little bit here. Who would have taken position at the closest side to the mammoth as it came in? Like when you were in that moment before, Titania. Fantastic. So Titania, they are going to take some attack rolls at you. There's a 6 on the die, so it's probably not going to hit. 4 on the die. Hey, you don't need to give me disadvantage, chat. I'm doing fine on my own. And another 4 on the die. So these zombies come leaping over the gap towards you. Those glassy-eyed expressions are suddenly ferocious, undead rage as they leap towards you. You move with the movements, each one parrying away. Do you have a shield or?
Yeah, a demon spiked shield, silver.
Spiked shield. So you parry the first one off with a shield. It lands to the floor of your carriage. The other one, you just are holding back, and one of them more comes for your neck, but you just slam one of your armored gauntleted fists into its mouth, and so it can't actually find anything to chew on. It is now Alistair's turn.
I think you might have.
Sorry, Alistair already had his turn. Titania, it is your turn.
Okay. So at this point, because the mammoth has attacked us and also gone through grease, are we dead even at this point, or have we pulled a little bit ahead?
You probably pulled slightly ahead. But with that strike, it's after the mammoth struck you, you're moving a little bit slower now. So while you had pulled ahead slightly, it is now catching up.
Okay, so I'm going to shine up my shield, and I'm going to say, "The Stormlord is upon us this day," and I'm going to channel divinity to turn undead.
Oh, right, because that's a thing clerics can do. Okay, let's go. All right, let's roll for the zombies.
13.
So all of them are kind of piled upon you. That is a failure. What is it? It's a wisdom saving throw.
It's a wisdom saving throw. 13 is the DC. And if they fail, they run away.
Fantastic. One of them got a 13 in the die, but they have a negative 2 to wisdom. So 2 of them fail, 1 of them succeeds.
Okay.
In
And the mammoth?
In blind fear, 2 of them, your shield starts to shine, and the sound of distant thunderstorms as 2 of them just like some part of their living memory, that fear of being outside in a thunderstorm comes back to them, and they scramble in panic away off the edge of the carriage, and just like you see the mammoths just like crunch over their bodies. One of them still remains. However, what a turn. That
What about the mammoth?
The mammoth is undead. I didn't even think about it.
It is.
It is undead.
Hence why it's important that we're in front.
In front, yes, very much. All right. Just fails. Given its negative to wisdom as an undead creature, that is a 12 total. So you see it like start to its bony hooves, I guess a mammoth has, feet, whatever a mammoth has, start to slide and also just turn. You see Alistair red-faced, trying to gain back control of his mount as it turns and starts to run back up the mountain. Fantastic turn. Zior, you are in the carriage in still very close proximity to one of these zombies. What do you do?
I'll try and just push it off of here. We don't.
Off of it? Yeah, absolutely.
We're
Athletics
moving.
check
It doesn't need to be moving.
against its athletics.
18.
Ooh, very much a fail. The 5-foot push is enough to just like shoulder check it off. As it stumbles, slips, goes to like one final grasp at you
My
before you
spear
just like
push it off.
and it falls under the carriage wheels. You hear a cheer go up from the dragonflies as they're cheering for you as well, but still quite ahead. Garth, it is your turn. I need you to make a perception check for me.
Okay. Let's see here. Give me 1 second. You said perception.
Yes.
Let's see. That is a 6. It looks like. Yeah.
Solid 6.
Yeah.
You don't notice in time to warn the dragonflies, but the rest of the party, you are kind of dumbstruck is what seems to be an impossible, just like a boulder just kind of floating in the air and then quickly turning down on a violent trajectory towards the dragonflies carriage. It careens into the side of the carriage as it starts to skid and slide to the side. It clips a rocky outcropping, and the back corner of it like turns to just rubble as the carriage spins and then flips once, twice. You see that gnome inventor that was hauling that crate pinned under a falling piece of debris. You see all the dragonflies spread out and kind of dazed and confused, crashed to the ground, like only like 20 feet from the finish line. You see now all of you see as it lets out a war cry, this enormous ogre climbing out from behind a rocky outcropping. You see the crowd assembled at the finish line start to like call out in terror and start to flee. You are all heading on a trajectory to very much the finish line is there in your grasp, but you see this ogre, huge club in hand, ready to pulverize the dragonflies. What do you wish to do?
So how far are the dragonflies? Are they behind us?
You are probably at this bit like you're kind of moving as turns are kind of going on. So you're kind of pulling up. Probably like you're only like 10, 15 feet from them.
Okay. And where's it's an ogre, you said? Where is the ogre?
Yeah.
In relation to our card.
So you're probably the dragonflies are a bit ahead of you and to the right. The ogre is a bit ahead of you and to the left. What are you wishing to do?
So I want to, if possible, turn towards the ogre and use breath weapon, which is basically just I'm going to spit fire at him, and it's about 30 feet in front of me. if they fail the check. So
yeah, absolutely. As you roll up, we'll say this. You see Thuzy's face is clearly conflicted, whether to go for the finish line or stop and help her friends. What do you, as a crew, push her to do?
Do we know that if the whole crew has to make it across the finish line to win, or does it just like a car?
I can just jump out.
Just a single member.
Yeah, I can just jump out.
Yeah, well, I think Cassie, continue to the finish line. We've got this.
Yeah.
She's like, are you sure? I don't want to leave my friends.
Bang Bang looks. There's like,
You owe it to the goats. Do it for the goats.
It's like, oh, actually. She's like, for the goats. All right, I will, but one thing first. And on her turn, she is going to pull the goats into a charge attack against the ogre. Wow. Does anyone want to roll for me? Add 5 to this. Bang Bang. Why do you want to roll for the goats?
all right. Let's see here. 8 plus 5, so 13.
13 does hit the ogre as it careens into the ogre. Fails its strength check, falls prone, and you all manage to leap out of the carriage as the carriage speeds forward. You now have the opportunity to. So we'll go back into an initiative. You're all jumped out. Garth, you jump out and lay a breath weapon on this ogre as it starts to like pick its feet up. What do I have to do? I have to make some kind of.
It's a dex. It's a dex save. It's looks like dex save of 12.
Dex save of 12. Ogres, so dexterous. He actually succeeds with a 16.
He still takes half damage of 2d6.
Half damage. Okay, 2d6. So roll the 2d6.
Yeah, give me 1 second. Where are you? I also have digital dice. Let's see. And 2. Oh, come on. So he takes 2.
2.
Yeah, 2 altogether. Yeah.
I feel that pain. 2.
But his eyebrows are singed off.
Oh, so singed. So we'll go back to the top of the round. Fish, it's your turn. So, problems you have in front of you. There is a number of the dragonflies that could help, but they're kind of getting to their feet. One of the gnomes the gnome is pinned under a piece of like wreckage, and you see the ogre is pretty focused on going for the easy kills. So you are currently stand between the crew of the dragonflies and the ogre. What do you wish to do?
I'll try and attract its attention. I don't think that I have the strength to maybe lift the gnome out for us. I'll try and attract its attention and I'll cast Vicious Mockery and move away from.
Fantastic. Is Fish? I got the impression that Fish doesn't often indulge in heroics, but this is maybe a turn for Fish.
A bit of a turn, but also he enjoys making fun. So that's what this really comes down to. So it'll be a 13.
So what? Wait. What's the mockery?
So he looks at this. Are you not wearing any clothes because they can't stand to be on you?
He looks down at his loincloth in for the first time, shame in his address. That is a fail.
Okay. So a big 1d4 psychic damage for a total of 3. Your sartorial choices disgust me.
It looks like he's
Over his
discussing
head.
it himself as well. If he knew common, he would be so insulted. It is now Titania's turn.
Okay. Titania will stride forward, kind of testing her longsword, and approach the dragon. And the ogre, and she'll say, "It is a good day for a challenge." And she'll cast Thunder Wave at 2nd level.
Ooh, okay. You step forward to the ogre. Let me do this. Okay, so I have to make a Constitution saving throw.
Correct. DC 13.
DC 13. Ooh, I just beat it at a 14.
All right. Well, still takes 8 damage,
takes
and
8? Ooh, that
I
is
don't believe it's pushed.
Right, correct.
Yeah.
So as you stand forward, that sound of thunder is only getting louder as it like sparks from ambient kind of static electricity starts to spark from your shield. And what weapon do you use? A weapon?
Longsword.
Longsword. You strike your longsword against your shield at like a war cry, and a thunderous wave of energy like strikes forward, battering back the ogre, the biggest hit that it's taken so far. Zior, what's Bang Bang is next.
Right. Bang Bang is going to. She reaches into the pocket of her apron and pulls out a what looks like a brass pipe at first. Puts it to her lips. It's her blowgun, and is just going to take a shot at it. She sort of like hawks the loogie just beforehand. She's like shoots.
Fantastic.
That's not fair.
23 total.
23 total.
Yeah.
That definitely hits. Yes.
Okay. So the two little like just sort of glowing darts come out of the blowgun, and if it can make a DC 12 Constitution saving throw.
Ooh, it's got decent con, but it rolled a 5 on the die, so that is an 8.
So it takes 2 piercing damage and 4 poisoned damage.
Ooh.
And because she's a war priest, she's also going to get a bonus action to do exactly the same thing.
Nice.
That's going to be a 9. That's probably not going to hit. I don't know.
9 does not hit.
Okay, the other 2 darts just sort of whiz past its head.
But like you see it like the dart hits its neck, and it just like starts to like chuckle, and then you see it started to like a sickly green color around its neck, and it starts to look a little more perturbed. It is actually the ogre's turn now. It strides towards probably Titania, given you were swinging away at it. You hit it pretty solidly. It is going to make a very painful hit against you, hopefully. Oh, not with a 12 to hit?
No, she parries it away with her shield.
That sound of thunder once again, like echoing over the floor. So the ground here, the stone here, is actually, given the volcanic activity of the mountain, is somewhat like obsidian. It is this kind of like glass floor. As it comes striking down on you, the like incredible strength of this strike being blocked by your shield cracks the glass around your feet. It is Zior's turn now.
I'll leap forward with my spear and try and get where I position myself to not block anybody else's attack when they come up too. Just make sure that they have the ability to get in there. And where he was kind of looking before down at his clothes, try and get him in maybe above the groin in a place that's uncomfortable.
You're a hunter. You know the soft spots.
Yeah. 22.
22 is a definite hit.
Yeah. So the weapon also gives me an extra D4 if I hit of psychic damage.
Oh, wonderful.
Actually, it's not the weapon, it's me. I've never played a Leonin, so I didn't realize it, but it's this
That rules.
primeval. I don't remember where it is. Hold on. So, I'll need it too. So
Yeah,
1,
probably the
2, 3, 9 points.
the psychic damage of striking someone in the nethers is too much for him. So there's 9 points of damage. You say?
Yes.
Ooh. You take quite a slight so you kind of you are a hunter both by profession and by the nature of your being. You slide around, taking a flanking position as your spear finds a soft point, and you open up his leg on the side, and that is your turn. Now it is Garth's turn.
Yep. So where is everybody in relation to where I am? Where's as far as the bad guys?
As far as the bad guys, it is they're kind of so everyone is kind of grouped up in front of you, probably like 10 feet ahead of you, around this ogre, stopping it from getting further towards the trapped members of the dragonflies.
Let's see. Can I protect one of the dragonflies? You said somebody was under something, right?
Yeah. They're looking quite painful. You hear a few very vague moans from underneath the wreckage. If you want to make an athletics check.
Sure. Let's see here. Let's see. $18.
18. With you run over and you just the first few bits of scrap, you're just kind of grabbing it, your dragon claws kind of digging in and tossing it away, and there's this huge kind of side pant piece of the carriage that is the last thing, and you just kind of get your leverage under it, and just with a full basically all major body muscle groups of your body engaging as you just kind of lift this huge thing up. You see the gnome is starts to breathe again normally and just kind of barely scrambles out. He's like, thank you so much. Oh my god, I've never been so thankful to see a scary dragon face as he rolls his way free.
He replies, "I'm really glad I did not skip leg day."
Fantastic. So with that, the gnome and some of the other dragonflies are free. They're not particularly in a state to fight, but they managed to get free.
As a bonus action, can I go into rage?
Absolutely.
Okay.
With the people freed, with the innocents freed, you turn with a look of rage starting, and your kind of nostrils flare, and your muscles kind of tense further as you fly into a rage. Back at the top of the round, Fish.
I'll look again at the ogre and say, with abs like that, they might as well call you the ogre jelly. And I'll cast Vicious Mockery again.
Fantastic. This time for is a wisdom saving throw, 13.
Makes it.
Makes it.
But I will also turn to Titania and say, do something a little better than that, eh? And give you Bardic Inspiration.
Thank you. And is that a D6?
A D6.
Bardic Inspiration? Okay, great.
And it is Titania's turn.
Okay. So Titania will slide around, slashing at the ogre's legs and trying to get it to turn away from Zor. So she's going to make an attack. She's going to say, "This way, big boy," and she'll. That is I believe, 17 to hit. 16 to hit.
16 to hit. That hits.
Okay. So 8 damage, slashing damage.
8 slashing damage. That will do it.
Yep.
Maths. There we go. You take a after like you parry off that massive blow of the thing, you take a slice at its wrist as it's kind of like dragging back its club. Do you have anything you want to do with your bonus action?
Not yet.
Okay, Bang Bang is your turn once again.
All right, this is going to be one more attack. I might as well get one more use of that cleric feature. Might as well use it. It'll be a 20 total.
20 total, definitely hits.
Okay, it needs to make another DC 12 Constitution check.
Oh, yes. Fails.
All right, and so it takes, let's see, that's 2 piercing plus 3 poison damage.
3 poison. You're starting to like hit that same spot, and you see like
she's just hammering away at it.
Yeah, that's it. The poison is getting like bigger and bigger. It's like deadened flesh now. It's kind of like becoming quite apparent.
And she gets that one final bonus attack from her cleric feature. So this time that'll be a 19 to hit.
19 to hit certainly does hit.
And one more DC 12 Constitution check.
Succeeds against that one.
All right, darn. Okay, so it just takes 2 piercing damage from the attack.
2 piercing damage. It's looking in rough shape. It's starting to like that poison, and between the poison, the blood loss, and the various like it's being harried on all sides. It's starting to like swing out more wildly. It is going to take a strike at you, Zor.
I have a shield.
Great club. Okay. Oh my god, I cannot
shield
hit the side of a barn. 10 to hit. Assume it's not a hit. Nope, not at all. It swings away, and you, with like, you are used to fighting creatures bigger than you. Sort of like, you slide the blow away from you, so it strikes the ground next to you. Chips of obsidian spraying out. It is now your turn, Zor.
When he does that, with my shield out in front, I'll use my shield to push back a little bit to get back enough for a strike with my spear, and then one-handed shove the spear up under his arm, wherever he was right there.
Right. Make an attack.
21.
21
Nice.
hits. Your spear strikes true into like right under his defenses, and give me that
12
damage.
points. 12
12
points.
points.
Psychic.
Well, that is quite a strike. 12. Maths again. More maths. It is looking barely keeping on its feet. Fish, your turn.
You see Fish sigh a little bit. He says, I hate doing this, and he'll kind of harness his half-elf side and fire off a firebolt at the... Oh my goodness. And just shoot it off into the air as they roll a natural 1. Fireworks to celebrate, hopefully, Guess's victory.
One of the dragonflies is that the leader of the dragonflies bee was like, I assume that was celebrating a little bit early, maybe, Fish. Titania, it is your turn.
I will take another swing. That is a 19 on the die, so that is going to be a 23 to hit for a 1 plus 2, 3 slashing damage.
3 slashing damage. This ogre is holding on to dear life. As you're cutting it down, you slice out behind its knee, and it falls to 1. It's still like swiping maniacally. Bang, bang.
And I taunt it as well. I say, at me, come on.
Bang, bang.
So remind me, Inquisition, are ogres large-sized creatures or medium-sized creatures?
They are
large. Okay, so I can't grapple it because I'm small. What would I have to do to get on it?
Like get on it?
Yeah.
That would be essentially a grapple check, but you can use acrobatics or athletics.
Okay, because she just wants to she's just gonna run and like jump and sort of just throw herself in its direction, trying to hit it.
Yeah, go to town.
And that's going to be a 10 total on an
10
acrobatics
total.
check.
It will do
Probably
a
not.
strength check to try and throw you off. Ooh, that is a 11. What did you get?
I rolled a 10 total.
Oh, so close. As you come like leaping towards it, it's its turn and it strikes out with its great club. For 13 to hit.
No, I have an armor class of 19.
I cannot hit the side of a barn.
Wow.
This thing is just swinging. Mid-air, you twist and avoid its strike. Zor, put this thing out of its misery.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I'll just. Well, it's weakened. 20. Wow, I'm really
20.
good. This is amazing.
Any roll of damage right now you could roll would kill it.
That's
so,
any roll.
Just breathe on it. It's just
how does this thing go down?
Oh, when I see her miss her splat on it, I'll make sure that she goes flying by me first and try and. Oh, if I grab her, will I poison myself? Ooh, I will not.
She has like clothing on the like. Yeah, she has that little scarf we can see behind her.
I'll stop her with my shield and stab under the shield.
You slice up into its belly. You see that rage in its eyes, clawing for you, hoping to get one successful attack, but it never comes, and falls dead. As you slide it up your spear, and it falls backwards, you turn. All of you pretty thankful to be alive. The dragonflies, like as magnanimously as their injured bodies can, kind of give you a bow and give you thanks as you turn to the finish line to see, because these rounds only took seconds to take place. You see Alistair touching down under the effects of a flight spell in front of Thuzy's carriage and start to conjure a fire spell in his hands. And we will take this moment to take our half break.
I hate him.
He sucks so bad.
It does suck.
All right, we'll take a 5-minute break, but we'll see you back here in 5 minutes. And welcome back, everyone. We are in, I would say, a pickle. This constitutes a pickle. We have Alistair, the previous patron / pilot of our fairly fortunate group, coming in the last second to stop Thuzy, your current pilot, from finishing the downhill DeWitt's Slope Derby. With aplomb flying down to strike at her carriage with fire. You have just defeated an ogre, which took out the group of dragonflies, and you successfully saved their skin from a very brutal pulverization. We will hold somewhat to this initiative, but I want to know firstly how you all are going to deal with this situation. What your kind of overall strategy? Are you just rushing in, or are you holding back? Secondly, I want to say that donations are still very much appreciated, and also you can still affect the story with your donations. So you can add in. This is a perfect time. This is going to be the last big combat of this one shot. We're going to see. If you want to throw in different monsters, if you want to throw in advantage, if you want to throw in, we will. I'll absolutely fold it into the ongoing situation here, and it'd be really appreciated. Also, going to a very good cause. So please get your donations in. It's really appreciated. As Bang,
and I don't know what that's
background.
so funny. I can't figure out why that's so funny, but it's just
really good
funny.
though. I really like it. So we have Bang Bang's background showing exactly what kind of pickle you are in. We have Alistair. the fire spell that he was conjuring lances the side of the carriage, and again, like it turns into a fiery wreck. Thankfully, the Tessie and Bessie, the bighorn sheep, are able to pull themselves somewhat from the wreckage. You can't see where Thuzy fell, but you see Alistair like lowering himself to the ground. Someone donated a Fish donated a random monster.
Donated it, yeah. So let's do this.
Let's do this. Let's get messy. Alistair is touching to the ground, probably like 40 feet or so from the
and someone donated a dragon.
Okay, well then I donated the monster to fight on our side against the dragon.
Alistair touching down is like smugly turns and walks towards the finish line to a massive boos from the crowd
And a wild surge.
Dragon and a wild surge. All right, let's get a dragon in here, shall we? Let me pull up the stats for a dragon. Is it a specific dragon, or is it just any kind of?
Let's see.
It's a helpful dragon, right? It's not a bad dragon.
It's a legendary dragon.
Legendary dragon?
Not specified which.
The dragon is the referee.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Yes, legendary. Oh, great.
Which I assume is comparative to ancient.
Super.
Let's go ancient white dragon, let's say. Actually, no, green makes more sense. It's a wily dragon.
Good with green.
And if we're going with last second, I've never actually in all my time. Actually, no, that's not true. I have run a dragon before. An ancient green dragon. Just pull its stats up, and. So if we're going for last second reveals and whatnot, as the fire lances the carriage and turns to rubble, and the boos from the audience to Alistair, he turns, twists his body, mutating and shaping into the form of a giant ancient green dragon, which, oh boy, I have every faith in my players.
Earth's just
From
looks
the-
up and he's like, no.
Okay, so we have 2 wild surges to happen. Whatever happens, I'm
And
going
the
to put it
green dragon?
in the favor of you guys on this one. So if Titania, if you wanna roll the D100 for me.
Okay. Here we go. We got a 42.
42. Funnily enough, this is kind of a reskin of my. Okay, in your favor. So you turn into a potted plant until the start of your next turn. While a plant, you are incapacitated and have vulnerability to all damage. If you drop to 0 hit points, your pot breaks and your form reverts. Okay, so. Let's get a few checks on where we are with the situation. Fish, you donated a monster. What monster did you want to throw in here?
Random monster. So
Random monster. So
if you want to give me a CR, I can pull up a random one from.
give me
22.
Give me a heady CR. Give me like a 14 CR.
All right, give me 1 second.
14 to 15. Anything with a good that could be a good aligned creature as well.
One hopes.
What helps? And if Zor, you want to roll the other wild magic surge.
How about an adult copper dragon? There's only
All right. We can do this.
48 on the wild magic surge.
48 on the wild magic surge. Okay, a unicorn controlled by the DM appears in a space within 5 feet of you. This is turning into a very different kind of combat scenario that I had first envisioned. Okay, let me pull up unicorn, and whoa, things are getting spicy. Things are getting spicy. Unicorn. How does this work? All right. Because at the end of all this happening, I'm gonna be like, okay, so, fish's turn. What do you do?
Yeah.
Which is
They just put a
Hide.
second dragon in there.
just try and think about what
Did.
you want to do. Just throw some tactics, some strategies at the wall, and see what sticks in your mind. As I bring up 17 different stat blocks for.
I think they're just trying to screw with you at this point, Zach.
Oh, there's another dragon?
Yeah, there's a second dragon.
Dear Lord. All right, we got a copper dragon. Let me just bring up copper dragon first. Let me just
Can I speak to any of these dragons? I mean, I can speak Draconic, be like, whoa.
whoa.
I don't even know these
Dear
guys.
Lord. Okay, you know what I'm gonna say? I'm gonna say Thuzy also turns into a dragon. An ancient gold dragon.
They said
Yeah,
in comic dragons should travel in pairs for maximum damage and chaos.
So Thuzy's going to turn into your copper adult dragon. Another I'm going to say an ancient black dragon. Given that that this person said dragons should travel in pairs, so I assume they meant in reference to the what am I trying to say? The ancient green. So a black dragon and green dragon stand between you and the final line for this race that has gotten far. Like, this will be one to remember for sure. This Duet Slope Derby, that'll go down in the history books. If anyone's alive, yeah. So from the wreckage, Thuzy, now in the form of an adult copper dragon, leaps out to stand in defense of this ragtag group of survivors who are quickly being outpaced by the godlike forces. Speaking of godlike, a flash and a clap of ancient of a thunderstorm and a unicorn bearing their mane looks like a storm cloud in motion. Feeling that potentially one of the Storm Lord's most faithful are in a bit of a pickle, has come to your aid. So,
Tempest doesn't care about me. My God doesn't care.
I almost forgot to say, you are. So I'll have. So the green dragon turns into a potted plant, leaving just the ancient ancient black dragon. The Thuzy, now copper dragon, and yourselves. I'll have. Dear Lord, how is this going to work? I just wrote ancient. So I wrote adult Thuzy dragon into Google to try and pull up stats. Not how that works, by the way. So what I'm going to say is that Thuzy, if Titania, you want to pull up the stats for a unicorn, and
Sure.
You can have that in your back pocket as to when that will take place. The copper dragon swoops by to grab you all, stops by knowing that you are under imminent threat, throws you on her back, and you both take off. So now there is this dogfight in the air between this ancient black and this adult copper dragon. It is up to you to push for the difference. The adult dragon is just a little bit outclassed by the ancient, and you're having to there's this fight where Thuzy is trying to protect you still from the goings on. What are you trying to do to give your dragon, your team, the edge in this now very high stakes fight from what happened only moments ago?
I have a question about the green dragon turned plant.
Yes.
It's going to revert back to a green dragon when again?
Is it in a minute or in
a minute? Okay.
Until the start. Well, the start of its next turn. So you got some lead time. You've flown off in a direction. It's coming up behind you.
I'd like to fly near it.
You want to fly near the green dragon?
It's a plant. It's a plant.
Right. Yeah.
Okay.
All right. You wanna fly by the plant.
Yeah.
What do you plan to do to plant dragon?
I'm gonna eat it. Well, it's a plant.
You're gonna consume its form. All right.
I'm not sure it actually turns into one after that. And if it does,
it's true.
I mean, what are we all gonna do? We're not doing any strategies.
You direct Thuzy to swing by the potted plant. You grab it. You slide down, grab it as you go past, and just in one fell swoop, just out of the pot into your mouth, dirt, roots and all.
Yep, all
just chewing it down. You get it all down, and you hope it'll stay there.
Hope it doesn't actually come out.
Does anyone have any ideas they want to throw out to kind of even the odds here?
I'm still convinced this is all about the race.
Yeah.
So I'm going to jump off the back of Thuzy and try and swan dive towards the cart with Tessie and Bessie on it.
Yeah, you're swung down. So the cart was destroyed, but Tessie and Bessie are still kind of meandering around. Okay. So you can you swing low and leap off to Tessie and Bessie.
I'll blow a feather fall as I come down. I can
feather fall, fantastic.
Yeah.
You land on the back of one of these sheep, and you give. So now what it is the rest of the party just need to hold the dragon off long enough to give Fish enough time to race the sheep to the end point. You're both in this bang bang, please.
So I'd like to, if possible, find the hood ornament amid the wreckage and just pluck it to Fish, so that some part of the cart makes it over the finish line.
Yes, that's
a big
true.
spin throw,
Yuck thing. Okay, so I'm gonna get some skill checks from people. Bang bang, make a ranged attack roll.
Okay.
Fish, you're gonna make a animal handling check.
That'll be a 15 total.
15 total. You turn and snatch the pewter
another dragon.
Goat. Another dragon. Let's go. From the tip of the mountain. What I said was, this what people thought up until this point. This stable volcano from the top spurts a gout of lava as an ancient red dragon gets thrown, claws its way free from the tip of the mountain and comes swooping towards the group. Between many rocks and many hard places. Wow, we are 300 away from 9K. If we can just if it means more dragons, it means more dragons. Also, feel free to throw in other kinds of animals or creatures. Just a suggestion. You don't have to. It's just my opinion, but it's up to you. But dragons are obviously the highest worth. So please, this is an incredible act of generosity. So please keep them coming. the red dragon is on its way. Some of you are aboard the copper dragon. I'll say for the purposes of simplicity, the dragon that Zor ate is indisposed at this point.
I can throw it up if I needed to.
Yeah, in a pinch if you need to. Sure, makes for a handy attack, I would assume. Garth, what was your Fish, what was your animal handling check? As
16.
Various levels of apocalyptic draconic forces come bearing down on you. You're racing for the finish line. You manage to get the sheep in control as you're barreling towards the finish
Hello,
line.
Shell.
As you get closer and closer, does anyone have anything they want to hold off either the green use to hold off either the black or red dragons?
I will go ahead and create a fog cloud to try to obscure us a little bit.
Beholder and a beholder appears.
It should be helpful though.
Yeah.
Who's just last year's sore losers? Is that what's going on?
Yeah. All right.
No, I donated. I said he should be a helpful beholder.
He should be a helpful beholder. Okay.
Well, my shield gives us some against the beholder. With my shield, it gives us advantage on saving throws against spells and other magical effects. So
right. That'll
stay
help.
behind me as the dragon comes out my mouth.
From you create this fog cloud to give yourself some cover, but through the stress on the weave, the magical underpinnings of the universe that so many incredibly powerful arcane beings in the same vicinity are having on the weave, it rips a hole and out of which forms a beholder. Its eye lasers burning anything that comes past. We're going to do a single round where I'm going to randomize the eye lasers between the various
I feel bad.
Like,
if a death beam gets lucky, you never know. I'm gonna have beholder 5e.
Can't wait for the tavern later. You will never believe what happened to us today.
The dragon was this big.
At the end of the night, we go from 3rd level to 17th.
Yeah.
Your classic CR 55 encounter for 5 level 3s. That seems right. That seems fine.
Someone is asking how much for a guaranteed TPK.
I feel like
I don't know if you need to even do this.
Sadly, it's already there, I think.
Yeah.
If you can get us to 9K. Okay, let's. All right, I think we've got our situation. We're gonna go by. I'm gonna ignore legendary effects because I cannot
Calculate.
do that. But Fish, it is your turn.
I'm riding those goats. Just
Yep.
Faster.
Red and beholder at the end. Okay. So you are going towards the end. Okay. I'll give you a light at the end of the tunnel. You cross the line, and there is a smattering of applause. People who are a little bit too shocked as to understand what's going on. Guaranteed TPK, by the way. If you get us over that 9K mark, things are looking heading that way anyway. But Titania is up next.
Okay.
What do you wish to do?
This was planned for Alistair, but it's looking slightly more bleak. I'm gonna hit the black dragon with a shatter.
Yeah, this black dragon comes in, and you
come on, 13
muster up
con saving throw.
All right, let's do it. It does have a plus. I believe. Oh wait, sorry. I was looking at an ancient copper dragon because ancient.
How many dragons do we have on the field right now? Anyway,
There is 3, I believe. Right.
I think you
right
said
at
there
this
was
second.
a copper, there's a black, a green, and a red just came out of the volcano.
That is accurate. That is accurate. What fresh hell? Oh, TPK. We got to 9K. All right. This is gonna go fast. Don't you worry. An ancient black dragon has a con of plus 14. So it rolled a 19.
Yeah.
So for
it succeeds.
it's just a little bit of a 30-something on its successful check. It's going to use Actually, you know what? It's going to use one of its legendary resistances instead.
Sure, why
just
not?
to be really
Yeah.
safe.
So it takes half damage, which is 10.
It takes half damage. The ancient black dragon is going to use its breath feature to
Sure.
it's going to target I believe, let's say I'm gonna roll a d6 to determine 1, 2, 3. I'm sorry, Bang Bang. I'm so very sorry.
Had to be the black dragon, couldn't be the green one.
Make a DC 22 dexterity saving throw.
Okay.
Oh, there's 1 in 20 that you can make that.
It's true.
Natural 1.
You're gonna take 67 points of acid damage.
Ooh.
I hate to do it. I'd hate to do it to Bang Bang.
Yeah.
Show nothing but pluck. Show nothing but pluck.
Is there anyone in the audience who's like just wowed by the display of everything? Just some sociopathic bastard who's smiling.
They're all kind of like amused by it. I'm watching chat right now.
That's good enough for Bang Bang. She just like sees it coming. She's like,
Couldn't have been the green one, huh? Can't get poisoned. Had to be acid.
and then
before you were engulfed.
she's just gone.
All right. Next person up in initiative is we had Titania. Did we have Titania? We had Titania with the glorious chick. Zor, what's the plan here?
All right, we're gonna take care of this black dragon once and for all.
Yeah, 100%.
So to make this really the epic way out, I will grab the horn of the unicorn and ride onto its back and give a daunting roar to try and scare off the black dragon. One has to make a DC 13 wisdom save or become frightened for a whole turn.
I'm sure it has no chance to succeed on this one. Did roll a 7, so potentially, hang on, let me check. No, that is unfortunately a 16 to succeed on that one. So not scared.
That means I'm actually riding straight at the dragon, roaring at it while it's
yeah,
probably amused at the death that's about to happen.
Yeah.
And I'll throw my spear on the way in.
Just for, make an attack roll.
10.
So close. So close was the thing about it. The beholder now, I guess it's going to take its turn.
Can I say something?
Yeah.
Garth, while all this is going on, he's just looking around and he's just like, you know what? The hell with it. He jumps on top of the beholder and just rides it because he's just accepted his fate. He doesn't even care. He's just like, no. Yeah.
For that, I'm going to do the only attack that I've never done with a beholder, which is its bite attack, because it doesn't make any sense for it to ever do a bite attack if you're on its face. You know, when in Rome, I guess. It got a 22 to hit.
It bit.
He's my friend. I'm just trying to ride him.
It's so funny. I even forgot they had a bite attack.
Yeah. You do. You would forget. That is an 11 to hit. 11 points of piercing damage. So
Halved.
16 points of piercing damage, halved because you're raging. So that's pretty good. Then it's going to shoot one of its
Oh,
eye
that'll
beams. Let's say it fish. You haven't had.
It's supposed to be helping us though.
Oh, you're right.
Yeah,
It is helping.
that's
All
why I
right.
jumped on him because I was just gonna like ride him.
All right, you can
get the hell
take
out of
that
there.
damage back. You can take
Okay.
that damage back. It's going to roll. Okay, roll a d10 to see what eye ray it's going to shoot at the black dragon. I guess.
Oh, you gotta be kidding me! I rolled a 4.
4. That's fine. That's fine. Slowing ray. Ah, well. Black dragon's going to make its check against the succeeded against the slowing ray. So didn't really do a whole lot in terms of. So now
It's because he was weighing it down.
Yeah, that's the only reason. It threw off the ray is the thing about it. Garth, I'll say, given your position on top of this, you can try and aim and fire another one of these eye lasers. Because why not?
Sure.
It's not going to help anyway.
Yeah.
Roll
yeah.
another d10 for me.
Okay, I will roll another d10. Let's see what we got. Can't get any worse.
Can't get any worse.
10.
10. Death ray.
Ooh.
Okay. All right. It's gonna have to make a dexterity 16 saving throw.
Okay.
So
what do I roll here? Because I'm
this is for the dragon is gonna make a saving throw against.
Oh, okay.
I'm gonna tell you, I want more than anything for this to be a natural 1. More than anything. It's an 11 plus, of course, several other things, which is a success. So it takes half of 55 points of damage. In the last moments you have before this red dragon, this ancient red dragon, bears down on you, you're like, I really did something today. And
I can say I lived.
I can say I truly lived. When most men barely stopped kneeling, I chose to live. And sure, this red dragon will burn me until I am nothing more but carbon in the air. Make a dexterity saving throw for me against the fire breath weapon of an ancient red dragon.
Let's see. Is it another d10 or is it d20? I'm sorry, I forget.
Roll a d20 for me.
Okay.
Where
Let's
is
see. Advantage on dex against effects that you can see while not blinded, deafened, or incapacitated. All right. Bear with me.
Yeah.
A 14.
14. So close to the 22 to succeed. Let me roll this just
I was gonna
real
say
quick.
how many points?
Real quick. 22d6 of fire damage.
Oh, I'm resistant to fire damage.
Oh, okay.
Oh, good.
So you're only going to take
Yeah, Dragonborn. Yeah.
40 points of fire
Oh.
damage.
Wait,
So
you're
I'm-
Dragonborn. It'll just turn you into a thrall.
So I am -8 now. So
You're at -8. Okay, well, back on your turn, you'll make some death saving throws, and we'll see how that goes. On the next person's turn. Where are we at? Where are we at even? Zor, on your turn, as asked for by the chat, Zeal Daddy has to die from the green dragon reverting to form inside his body. So unfortunately...
This chat is dark.
So I'll have to hop off the unicorn so that it can survive.
It can survive.
And then
as... Yeah, go on.
I'll burp for a moment, and a little bit of a tail go.
And then you slide it back. You slide it back for a second. You're like, no, I got it. It's fine. I've got it. It's fine. As you tear into a million pieces.
Death saves.
Fish. Jewett, the organizer of the race, gives you your winnings. 10,000 gold pieces. So that's nice.
Yeah.
You can
Sweet.
spend that in the
I'm
afterlife,
not giving
maybe.
up. Did Alistair drop his staff when he turned?
Yeah, sure. He
I
dropped
don't.
his stuff.
Sure. I'm gonna run, do like a cool slide on the ground, grab it, and then just be like, I don't know what this does, and like try and use it.
Sure. Let's do it. Bang Bang, you want to make me a wild magic surge check for me? So roll the D100.
Oh, sorry, 51.
51. How's this turn out for you? Okay, so not bad. It's a good effect. A spectral shield hovers near you for the next minute, granting you +2 bonus to AC and immunity to magic missile. So, that's really going to
helpful.
come in clutch. That's going to...
Some dragons can cast magic missile.
It's true. Using a legendary action, the ancient green dragon is going to cast magic missile at 9th level, targeting you, Fish, and just if there's ever been a better use of this wild magic surge, I've yet to see it. Because like a hailstorm from the gods, these spectral magic missiles come raining on your shield, and like a bulwark against draconic kind, you stand firm.
I have to say, that was worth it.
Who's next up in the initiative? Let's see. Who wants to go? Who wants to see if they can
that was
dodge
Fish.
and
I
leave?
think I'm next.
Yes. Sorry, who said that?
Titania did.
Yes, Titania, you are next.
Okay.
What do you want to do? How do you want to go out?
I'm gonna take a swing at the black dragon, but I'm also gonna, because I want to save everybody and get us through this. I'm gonna just go ahead and give Garth a healing word. I'm gonna say, the Storm Lord will bring you back, brother, and you get 4 hit points.
Ooh.
Back
These
to
dragons will
positive.
I'm -4 now.
That's a 7.
These dragons are going to learn to
Dragon.
respect
Yeah.
third level characters.
Yeah, they don't know what they're messing with. Grimfaded in chat who asked, don't kill the unicorn. He's the one who donated 3 dragons and the TPK. So he's gonna get what he wants. They're gonna get what they want.
Appropriate username.
Yeah, very appropriate username. All right, Titania, a solid healing word. Garth, you are now at 4 hit points. You're at positive HP. So buck up. You might win this thing yet. The ancient red dragon is going to see if they get their breath weapon back. They don't, so that's good for you. However, they are going to take some claw attacks. Oh dear. At, let's say, Alistair. Alistair was did a thing last. So unfortunately, that is a like a 25 to hit and then like a 31 to hit. So
Oh, is it me? Sorry. I think it's
against let's say against sorry, I said Alistair. Fish.
like, they're turning against each other. This could work out.
This is working. Against Fish, they will.
Yeah,
they will
I
turn
see
to
I see the claw attacks coming in, and I just go, "Oh, merde."
you. As
They're
you
both gonna
take a total of, let's see here. Let's see. Okay, not too bad. 2 claws is 30 points of damage.
All right, I'm down, but I'm not permadead.
Okay, and then it's going to
Don't
take its bite
worry,
against.
Fish. I'll save you.
Well, it is going to make its bite attack against Titania.
All right, let's go.
I'm gonna say that hits. It's like 28 to hit. Yeah.
Yeah, you gotta be a 16. I am gonna use my reaction though to use Wrath of the Storm on this dragon. It's got to make a DC 13 dexterity saving throw.
Look, if there's any civilization that survives after this apocalypse of dragons, they're going to say that there was a group of adventurers and they had moxie, is what they had.
Yeah.
Thank goodness
Yeah.
there's an afterlife in Dungeons and Dragons.
Yeah. And whatever powers that be exist after in that afterlife, you're going to have some words for them.
It's like
Some
a high
choice,
five.
some choice words. You take 15 points of damage. How does...
15?
Yeah.
All
Are you
right.
still up?
15 is not that bad. Yeah.
You're still up? Hell yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
And then it will need to make a dexterity saving throw and take some
Ooh.
lightning damage.
All right. Oh, dexterity save. 16.
Oh yeah, that beats it. So it's going to take a strong 3 lightning damage.
It just like
Big old 3.
bites you.
Yeah.
You kind of like you like manage to like pull your way out. You drop to the ground, blood just pouring out of your body, and a little bit like zaps it on the nose.
It's like a really
Yeah.
spicy meal. Just
Like
like,
static
ooh.
shock there.
Let's play this out. If you're all happy playing this out, I will have from here on in. I'm gonna have unimportant hero. You roll the attacks for the dragon.
Oh,
Um,
okay. I'll bring out my player killer die.
You want to kill the die.
You
Fantastic.
should not have a die like that.
Zor, are you alive? I can't remember.
No, the dragon exploded out of me.
Yeah,
Like,
you
Oh
are
yeah. You're very much dead.
yeah.
Garth, what do you want to take a swing?
You
I
got
mean,
4 hit points.
I'm -4. So
Yeah.
do I need to
So
do another death save?
Whenever
or-
you get any healing, that immediately just when you get damaged below your hit points, you just go to 0. So
Okay.
if you get any healing, so you're at 4 hit points.
Okay. Cool.
I mean, not that it particularly matters.
Yeah.
But,
I mean, yeah.
but you can do a thing.
I-
I'll say you're still on the back of your good
Beholder.
pal, the beholder.
Well, I mean, it doesn't matter anyway at this point. But I'm gonna go ahead and since I'm still in rage, I'm gonna do tail form of the beast, which is
Oh hell yeah!
which is basically just it's a tail grows from my back and just slashes around basically anything within like a 10-foot reach. will get-
Yeah. So
Yeah.
this let's say the black dragon is bearing down on you still, and is about to strike you. But you, the gruesome barbarian that you are going to hold it off with your tail alone.
I mean, it says, let's see, what is it? It's +5 to hit is what it has on here.
Yeah.
So
Azazel says, we can call this a draw dragon.
let's see, what is it? 1d12 plus 3. Hold on. Oh, really? Come on. 4.
a strong 4 though. A 4 you could be proud of.
Yeah.
Is that
Yeah, we got
Tiamat
this,
in the
guys.
background?
We got it.
We need to have like one more dragon and somebody else.
But yeah, Tiamat.
Yeah. All right. With that incredible blow, the beholder is gonna roll that. Zor, do you want to roll a d10 for which eye lasers come out of the beholder?
Yes, very much. Let's see. It will be 6.
6 put. Telekinetic ray. Okay. So the ancient red dragon is going to make a strength saving throw to avoid the. Yeah, it succeeded. It is the red at the top of the round. The red dragon is going to go. It's going to see if it gets its dragon breath back. Unfortunately, it does. I'm going to have... Who's still alive? Titania and Garth?
Garth.
I'll have Titania and Garth make a dexterity saving throw.
Well, 0 dex. Here we go. Natural one.
Look, if you're gonna go out, you should go out on a natural one, right?
Yeah.
Let's see. What is that? 13.
13.
Might not do 9 hit points of damage, so we'll see.
Okay, I'm gonna roll 2066 for this ancient red dragon. I'm on your side. I'm hoping you get out of this, to be honest. That is so many sixes. That is so many sixes. There's 1
Roll the
And-
beast.
Okay.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 sixes for 116 points of fire damage total.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I'm down.
That's not bad.
You fought so valiantly, though. You fought
Wait.
so valiantly.
Wait, did you make your save?
Oh no, I didn't. No.
just off for the DC 22 save. Yeah. Is anyone still alive? Or is that
That was
everyone?
the last two.
All right. In a corner
Oh, the
of
beholder's still
Elysium,
alive.
the beholder's still alive.
Oh,
And
good.
I assume it will fight valiantly to the end for your honor, of course.
Yeah.
However, in a corner of Elysium, the afterlife dedicated to the warriors who died only in the most incredible battles, the most storied and heroic encounters. There is a place, a 5 seats put aside permanently for the what is slightly a misnomer that you've never exactly corrected, the 5 dragon slayers. Can I get a scene of all of you having a drink together in the bar in Elysium? When someone, maybe a hangers-on, a fan of yours comes stumbling up. So how'd you do it? How'd you beat all those dragons in the end?
Well, it all came down to the hood ornament, I think.
And the assistance of Grimfaden, too.
I don't even know who that is, but their name comes up a lot. It's really, they must be really impressive.
And on that, I believe we will call our one shot a success, and a resounding success. I'll say.
Sure, we won the race.
We won the
We
race.
won the race.
Kind of a 5-shot and a win.
Famous.
Win.
That's what matters. We're famous now.
You're famous forevermore.
Yeah.
If anyone on the material plane survives the deluge of dragons upon their society, I'm sure your valiant effort, as maybe not, you won't be remembered as the first casualties, but the first that stood up against the draconic menace.
Taking us out made the dragons very tired.
They were so tired.
They took a nap
Oh,
afterward, and
so many breath weapons. They're like, they're all puffed out. And then it was,
Garth is just over there like, I rode a beholder. That was pretty cool.
yeah.
yeah.
I feel like there's probably like a good 5 to 10 people in the audience who just didn't realize it wasn't part of the show and
They're
stayed
like,
for the
"Oh,
whole
incredible."
thing. And we're like, that was amazing.
I literally ate the dragon whole.
Just couldn't keep it down. That's,
The beholder, enheartened by your show of resistance, then led a human-wide resistance against the dragons. An incredible heel turn for what is usually the chaotic beholder. All these scenes play out like the end of like an 80s movie where they're like, where did they all end up? And it's like, the
Freeze
beholder
frame.
ended up
You do like the freeze frame. It's like, oh.
Beholder ended up opening a used car dealership. Baldur's
married to-
Gate.
Is
So
married
what
to one
would
of the
our-
dragons.
What would our freeze frame images be? What position would we all be in?
Yeah. yeah. We'll do that as the final round of what did you all what was your final freeze frame? Fish. Titania. Yeah, fist up like the end of Breakfast Club. Garth. Like the Buddy Christ. Yeah, and Bang Bang. Just a casual way. Just sayonara. Bye. Fun while it lasted. And Zor. Yeah, mid split. So thank you, everyone. Thank you to the players for joining. This is wonderful. This was a great amount of fun. Thank you so much to everyone who donated, who turned my silly plans for what this last stretch of the one shot was going to be into something truly hilarious and fun. And also thank you for your donation going to such a good cause. Thank you for joining us for Jasper's Day game day. Follow everyone. If everyone would like to take a moment to say who they are and where they can find what you do on the internet. So we'll go same order. Fish.
Yeah. So at PB Smitty, you can find me there at PB Smitty on Twitter. I also stream Tuesdays as part of Geek Attack. We're actually changing our Twitch channel coming up, but you can also follow at Geek Attack for where we will be streaming next.
Wonderful. Garth.
I am at NScottG on Twitter. I'm also a digital runner on Twitch, but I don't stream. But if I have to promote somebody, Lauren Urban, Oboe Crazy, runs some great streams. Check her out. She's on Twitch as well.
Awesome. Titania, sorry for calling you all by your characters' names. It's just that's what's in my head now. Titania, where can people find you and what you do?
Hyperion PDX on Twitter and Instagram. I'm doing a lot of Dwarven Forge builds in the near future.
Awesome. Bang Bang.
Unimportant Hero on Twitter and YouTube, where I give pretty sedate Dungeon Master talks, and also I'm going to be continuing my Spelljammer lore series.
Oh, awesome.
Yeah.
And Zor.
Zealzaddy. It's at Zealzaddy, Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube. On YouTube, I do some DM tips periodically. I'm working on a new one, and I run a game on Twitch called Mists of Elixia on Saturday nights at 8:30. So this game preempted that my normal campaign. So if you want to catch that, have fun. Catch us next. We're actually going to play on Tuesday this week, so to make up for not playing tonight.
Fantastic. I'm Zach. You can find me at ZacNaum, ZacNaum. I also do a podcast called I Speak Giant, which comes out every Tuesday. You can find it wherever good podcasts are sold. And also starting to stream every Friday night. That's Australian time, Australian Eastern Standard Time, Friday nights. But just follow me on Twitter and you can be notified when we go live. That's twitch.tv/The Boundless Glory. So I Speak Giant and The Boundless Glory. Appreciate it if you give it a follow. Appreciate it if you give all these wonderful people a follow. Thank you all for joining us. And we'll catch you next time. Have good adventures. Love you. Bye.
Thank you. Bye.